to welcome the guest of honor, Shri Karthikeya Sharma, Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha and founder, ITV Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and pleasure to be here. It's always heart-wrenching and also a great experience to be a part of any programs initiated by e4m or Dr. Anag Batra and Naval. I have known them for a very long time, and it's really a pleasure to be here because I think in the entire journey of our business, the one most important aspect that stays with you is the revenue, which actually becomes the backbone of any organization, any business, irrespective. So, I think e4m needs to be congratulated for recognizing the people who have brought revenue to the forefront of their companies and have done exceptionally well in their organizations in whatever role they are, and have created, a distinctive character of themselves to get this award, get to this point. I think e4m needs to be congratulated. I would have really, wanted perhaps that if you would have done this a few years ago, it would have even been better. But like you said, never late. You're never late to come to the party, and your attitude is something that determines what you will make of your business and your journey. I think we've come at a point in time where it's almost a watershed moment of how we've seen technology evolve and business evolve with it in the last 10 years particularly. We've seen, if you look at the journey of media in the last 100 years, or you can go back all the way to the advent of the newspaper about 400 years ago, and see how the medium has evolved over a period of time, how the products have changed, how sales have changed, how revenue streams have changed, and how our approaches changed towards those products. So, when you came up with a newspaper, it was a demand and supply curve. You had a reach. The reach would determine the revenue you would generate, and then would come in the other aspects of your ability to sell and upsell. Then came radio, then was the advent of television, and then finally the digital. In every manifestation and evolution form of media, it has evolved in different manifestations in the last so many decades. We've seen that we've hit the reset button multiple times. But today we stand at a juncture which is very, very different. Today we stand at a juncture where I think the world as we know it is going to change much faster than we expected it to. And that time has come. It's not about the future. It's not going to happen in 5 years or 10 years from now. It's happening as we speak. It's happening much faster than we speak. And somewhere, I remember attending a lecture by Professor Das at Harvard, where he spoke about the customer as a hero. And your customer is the ultimate hero, and you have to make them feel special. Somewhere down the line, that approach got diluted, because we all got into the business of, generating more revenues and being able to get the top lines and the bottom lines of our organizations, fill our targets. But in that journey, somewhere we lost out the focus on our customer, and that the customer needs to be the hero. With the advent of technology, AI, and the way the entire industry is changing and evolving, I think the focus coming back to the customers is what will differentiate the revenue leaders of tomorrow. And that is something which we need to learn and imbibe in ourselves. Life is a learning journey. We learn till the last day of our lives. I mean, that's something I believe in. The entire education process teaches us how to learn. And if we can imbibe those qualities in ourselves and take those learnings to our advantage, we need to be able to unlearn a lot of things that we've learned and learn a lot of things as they are coming along our way, and sort of evolve with it. There are no right answers in many of these spaces. This is uncharted territory that we are going into. And we really need to, especially the revenue leaders of companies, or the young people who will become revenue leaders. Dr. Batra spoke about a figure that only 3% of people from sales and revenue reach to the top of an organization. I think that really needs to change, because ultimately organizations are based and built on revenue. And I think you will see that changing also with times to come. That is one of the most fundamental premises that impact of AI and technology excuse me, will bring about in times to come. I don't want to take a lot of your time. I would also like to move on and get to the award ceremony, but I definitely want to share an experience with you. You know, this idea about Next was something which was sitting in my mind for more than 10 years. It was, but we didn't find the right opportunity to do it. And the reason I'm sharing this is because this is the way we thought as a company of how we can bring a change to the entire ecosystem that we are approaching. So we wanted to move away from events, we wanted to create calendar opportunities and platforms for the newest technologies, and not only the technologies which are akin to India, but technologies which are happening at any point, anywhere in the world. Today we live in a very different environment. Today even the governments are evolving and learning at a very fast pace. Let me give you an example. I brought in a private member's resolution about 8 months ago in the Rajya Sabha in the upper house to set up a Department of Future Affairs in India, which would largely delve into how to use future technologies to the advantage of government, whether it's government efficiency, whether it's government efficacy, whether it's best use cases for different technologies being used in different areas and spheres, and which aspects of governments can use it and utilize it best to their advantage. Because as we know, it's not about the Indian government, it's about any government anywhere in the world, that they can become more efficient by the use of technology. So Next was a baby which came up as a thought process which was supposed to create a platform for what lies in the future for different technologies. So Next in power, Next in AI, Next in quantum computing, Next in space. So we had physicists like Professor Brian Greene, we had physicists like Professor Brian Cox, we had futurists like Alec Ross, we had astronauts, we had from NASA, Mike Massimino, who is a professor at Columbia and an astronaut who's the mentor of Sunita Williams. From that to Chinese taikonauts, to Russian cosmonauts, to the entire space startup ecosystem in India under one roof, interacting, you know, creating a melting pot of knowledge and also conducting business at the same time. This is something which we had not seen earlier, and frankly we were going into uncharted territory in terms of what do we do? Do we sell it as an event? Do we sell it as a platform? Do we sell it as a concept? Do we sell it as a solutions business? But you know, as we went along, we really charted our path as we went along, and it's something which worked very well for us. We had more than 20 advertisers who came on in the first season. We had 4 former heads of states. We had the Honorable Prime Minister of India who inaugurated the summit, and it went on to span to over 2 days where we had people from more than 80 countries who took part in it. We had thought leaders from different areas. For example, we created a whole segment in power and small modular nuclear reactors, and we had Ted Jones, who's the head of the civil nuclear program in the US, and so many other people from different facets and walks of life, sharing their learnings and experiences. And the way we generated revenue out of that event, or the way we are moving forward, the way we've built on it, is a complete experience, and that's why I'm sharing this journey with you, because as we went along, we charted and opened new doors, and even the avenues which we could not think of became avenues to us. So it was a real learning experience, and I'm really happy, and it's a real pleasure to be here. I really want to take this opportunity to thank the organizers, e4m, Dr. Batra, Naval, and all the recipients and award winners today, whether it's 30 under 30 or 40 under 40 or exactly whatever the number is, Dr. Batra. I think each and every one of you deserve it. You've really put in, it takes a lot to come to this point to get recognition from your peers and to be able to make a mark for yourself. These marks go a long way, these awards go a long way in not only just recognition of your work, but also bringing back the confidence that this is the most important aspect of your business that you bring to the table. And I think that you don't take a piece of award from here, you take a piece of your future, in which direction you want to go to. So, like I said, it's not your aptitude, but your attitude which will determine your altitude. Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to be here once again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sharma.